Thank you, Rick, for bringing Sophie to us. Let's give the music ministry some love. You know, if you're replacing Drew, I don't know. I need to see some sunglasses, and we need to hear some raunchy jokes. But we'll talk about that later. Thank you for being here. I'm just taking a moment to receive that song. Beautiful, just gorgeous. Heart opening. That's what music does for me. It just opens my heart. So welcome to August. Can you believe it? No, we can't believe it. Here it is. Here it is. And our theme for this year has been the year of defying gravity. And the theme for this month is, what is it? Oh, freedom and lasting happiness. No, that's not right. Harmony and happiness. It's changed around a few times, but harmony and happiness. But the book of the month, I brought it up so I can show it to you. This is an amazing book. I'm reading with all of you right now. It's called The Inner Work, an invitation to true freedom and lasting happiness. And just the first couple chapters just caught me. It's so rich. It's delectable. And there's so many great tools in here. So my topic today is life is like a box of chocolates. Now, we've all heard Forrest Gump say that, right? He said, my mama said life was like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. Isn't that true? You just never know what you're going to get. Sometimes you get something sweet. Sometimes you get something sour, something bitter. Sometimes you get something you didn't expect. So I remember growing up at my grandmother's house, she always had a box of chocolates. But back in the day, these were the box of chocolates that didn't have the little thing on the top telling you what was what. You know those boxes that I'm talking about? Where you had to bite into it and see if you liked it or not. Were you one of those people that put it back? Or gave it to your grandmother or your mother or your father because you didn't like it? Wow. My mother finally got smart in our house. She only bought nuts and chews because she liked all of those, right? There was no surprises there. So when we go through these times when life can be sweet or bitter, surprising, uncertain, and even sometimes downright messy, how do we deal with that? So think of uncertainty when you're going to pick out that piece of chocolate and you're not sure, is this going to be something I like or something that I don't like? See, it reminds me that sometimes things are out of our control. We talked about that a lot with the Let Them book. The more we try to control what we can't control, the more pain and suffering we have in our life. Sometimes we get to just embrace what's unexpected. How about you get a piece of chocolate that you never thought you'd enjoy, but here it is. Oh, that's pretty good. I don't usually like that flavor, but I'm enjoying this. What about if we just stayed not attached to the outcome? Because sometimes when I get a piece of chocolate that I don't like, I know someone in my life is going to love it. And I get to move it on to them. See, every experience, every piece of chocolate has value. Is that me thumping, Raj? Somebody's thumping. It's not me. Okay, well, It's me. Okay, I don't know. It's not. Yes, the mic is off. I made sure. Okay. We'll just thump along here. It's not expected, and we get to deal with it. From this book, The Inner Work, from page 21, it says, all resistance to accepting and enjoying deep happiness and fulfillment in our lives ultimately stems from the wounded theme of consciousness. I'll break that down a little more. A theme that we innocently inherited at some point along our journey. Through repeated beliefs, thoughts, emotions, and finally in our words and actions. This limited version of our personal potential becomes our sense of who we are. You get that? When we're growing up and our teachers, our adults, our family, society tells us a certain way, we're very vulnerable to be programmed in that way. And it happens. We don't understand who we are and what we're here to do and who we're here to be. A great example of that is Oprah Winfrey. Back in the day, 30 some odd years ago, I went to the spiritual center of Oprah, right? She's always been very spiritual, and what she provided on TV was something that you couldn't really hear other places, at least back in those days. But remember, Oprah started poor in rural Mississippi, born to a teenage single mother. She had huge adversity, abuse, instability, racism, and feelings of worthlessness. As a child, she didn't believe that she mattered. For years, her choices reflected that limited sense of herself. So if you wonder what you really believe about yourself, you have to see what's manifesting in your life. If you're not manifesting abundance, there's somewhere that you were programmed that you didn't deserve it, or that you weren't an abundant person. So her turning point, her spiritual awakening, began when she started her broadcasting career. She realized she wasn't just a girl trying to make it, that she was here as a soul with a purpose. She said that a key moment came when they were filming The Color Purple. And she met Alice Walker. And she started reconnecting with her spiritual identity. Something deeper than this surface of just wanting to be successful and be on TV and be a broadcaster. She said, I had been pretending to be something I wasn't, and suddenly knew that I'm not what happened to me. I am not the poor girl. I am not the abused girl. I am something greater. How many times do we make our life all about something that happens to us? I know I have. And that something that happens to us, it's not from the perspective always that we chose it. This is what I say, you guys. Life is always lifing. People are always peopling. And so things happen. So Oprah's life really illustrates the core message of this book. You are not the story you've been telling yourself. You are not the story you've been telling yourself. You are not your pain. You are the presence behind the story, which is vast, which is free, which is loving, which is powerful. That's what we really are. So for many of us, like Oprah went through, her story was too small to contain her soul's purpose. Maybe your story is too small to contain your soul's purpose. I know mine was. And it's something that I always get to look at over and over. What am I telling myself? What am I saying about myself, to myself? No, that's not who I am. That might have been an experience I had, but that's not who I am. So we all know that bitterness can be a part of life. We go through things, grief, rejections, fear. Like that chocolate that we bite into that we say, yuck, that is so not the one. The question is, what do you do with it? Do you put it back? Do you throw it away? Do you hand it to someone else? Front row is spitting it out. I'm staying away from you. So, from the book, it says, freedom comes from not escaping our suffering, but to enter it fully. See, that's what I know, and this is where us humans kind of got it wrong or sideways. We try to escape pain. On top of pain, we put scheduling ourselves, overscheduling ourselves, shopping, eating, drinking, gambling, whatever it is. Even spirituality. Sometimes people overdo their meditation to escape the pain that's in their life. See, folks, this is where the rubber meets the road. If there's something in your life that has caused you pain, you cannot outrun it. You can't get farther by running like Forrest did. He ran and ran and ran. You have to sit with it and learn from it and embrace it and accept it. So reflect on a time that you had emotional pain. Notice where it is in your body. Maybe it's right in your heart. Maybe it's in your throat. Maybe you feel it in your knee or your shoulder. Once you know where it is in your body, then I want you to name it. Not a bum knee. Name it. Fear. Name it resentment. Name it anger. Whatever happened in your life. Maybe you're naming it victimhood, unfairness, injustice. Then I want you to sit with it. Sit with it. Allow yourself to be with it and befriend it. Ask it what it has to tell you. what wisdom it has to bestow upon you, what it has taught you. See, I know that for me, I won't talk to you about things going on in my life unless I've gotten to the place of wisdom around it, until I've learned what I needed to learn from whatever happened in my life. If I'm in the midst of going through something and I'm still not clear on that, then I'm going to just sit with it and work with it. It's a very different dynamic than pushing it away. I think we all in this room understand that pushing it away just doesn't work. That which we resist will persist. It seems like it gets bigger and badder the more we resist. So, that's a bite of bitter chocolate. But what about getting a bite of sweetness? A bite of chocolate that you really, really enjoy. This is where I want you to receive it. But I want you to receive it without clinging on to it. I want you to just enjoy the moment. We can't possess these moments. Like, have you ever tried to kind of go back to some situation that was so good, but it just isn't the same? I did that when I went to college in San Francisco, and I was at art school, and I had such a great time. Such a great time in my life. I ended up going back to San Francisco to live there, but it wasn't the same as it was. I could never recapture those years the way they were. I still love the city. I still love that place, and I love to think about those years that were so good, but I can't go back to it. The more you try to go back to it, the more you miss what's happening right here. So, this inner work, it encourages us to savor. It encourages us to let go. Enjoy it and then let go of it. So practice gratitude around these things. Grateful for being in the presence of what's happening. You don't have to possess it, nor can you. You can do that too. You can work on sitting in your pain, but you can sit in your joy as well. You can close your eyes, and I can close my eyes and think about all those nights that I was painting at 3 a.m. and how much fun I had. I don't need to possess it, but I can have this great joyful feeling about that part of my life. So then there's the mystery of what kind of chocolate you're going to get. Sometimes we even taste it, we have no idea what it is, right? It might say it's this or that, but you're like, I don't know what that is. Do I like it? Maybe it's okay, but I don't love it. See, if we don't bite into something that we're not sure of, we never know. We get to enter into life, into this unknowing place. Uncertainty, making peace, being uncertain with what's next for us. Because if you're always wanting to be certain, good luck. You know, I have triplets in my life, my niece and nephews. And my niece and her husband are very specific and have planned out their life. How much money they're going to make, how many homes they own, how many kids they're going to have. And I just look at them and smile. Because I know it's not going to go the way they thought it might go. Some things might. But I know that life is always lifing, and sometimes things are a mystery. And we don't know how to move forward in this mystery until we know. So practice instead of controlling, can I trust this moment? Can I know that the universe is always for me? Even though I didn't expect this, or this is something that I'm unsure of, can I know that the universe is on my side? So, as we're eating the chocolates, we are not the chocolates, we are the people that are tasting the chocolates. We get to have the experience, we get to observe how we feel about it. Then that reminded me of that one of my favorite books, The Untethered Soul by Michael Singer, where he says, you are not your thoughts, emotions, or experiences. You are the one who observes them. By becoming the witness, you create a space between your ego self and your true self. I know very distinctly when it's my ego self speaking to me or my soulful higher self speaking to me. But I've honed that skill. I've learned to listen to the differences. When I get to listen to the differences, I want to identify with my presence, the truth of who I am, the powerful presence that I am on this earth, and not the little girl that is feeling like, why me? Woe is me. How come life is like this? I didn't expect this. How come I don't get what my friends get? How come I don't get what those other families get? So here's your call to action. When you reach into that box of chocolates, don't fear what comes out. What if the unexpected turns heartbreaks into miracles? I've had that happen in my life. I've gone through breakups and divorces. And those heartbreaks turned into miracles so that I have the life that I have today. What if these detours in our lives get us to where we're truly meant to be? So each chocolate in that box might be wrapped, and it might be a mystery. But we want to taste them all with presence and curiosity. May you taste all of life, the sweet, the bitter, the mysterious, with an open heart, and find your freedom in tasting every piece of chocolate. Please join me in prayer. Take in a deep breath and just take a moment to notice where you are, your presence, your soul. Align with all the prayers that have come before you in this room. Align with the beautiful music. Align with the friends that are in this room. You might know them, you might not even know them yet. And just allow your heart to open and receive. First, starting with gratitude, grateful for the box of chocolates. Grateful that we could all relate to biting into something and loving it, or biting into something and not caring for it. Grateful that life is always lifing and we never know exactly what we're going to get. Grateful for the mystery. Grateful to know that there is only one. Whatever you call this one, maybe you call it chocolate, sweetness, goodness, God, spirit. Allah, Jehovah, Hashem, the universe, heart, light, energy, Yeshua, the way. So many names, and yet only one. This energy, this presence, this oneness is in and through everything. It is omnipotent, omnipresent, omnipotent, omniscient, omniconsciousness, omni-love. And it's in every musical note. It's in every grain of sand, drop of water, ocean and river, boulder and mountain, every animal, every sentient being. There's no place that this oneness is not. Because I know this is true, I claim this is true, I know that I am one and the same with the one I am, the I am. Every cell, every atom within my body temple is made up of these particles of spirit. And I know the same truth for everybody listening to this prayer, whether online, in our virtual sanctuary, or right here in the room, whether in this now moment or listening to this later. See, my friends, we can never be separate from that which we are. We are magnificent beings. Here on purpose, with a mighty purpose. Maybe that purpose is to be the best friend, the best wife, the best husband, the best partner, the best parent or uncle, the best doggy parent. Maybe it's to be kind to people out there in the world. Maybe it's to be the best coworker or the best musician or writer or artist. Maybe it's just to be the best person that you know how to be by showing up from a heart of kindness and love. Knowing that we are one and the same as the one, I claim and know for this planet a peace that goes beyond all human understanding. On the human level, we come up with all kinds of reasons why we can't be at peace. But we get to do that right here as we do the inner work. And know that we are magnificent beings. That by us showing up in love and kindness, that creates a world that's filled with peace and love and kindness. It starts right here, within our body temples, within our minds, within our lives, within our families and our communities. And I know for those on this planet that are suffering, I don't negate that. I don't ignore that. I know that if someone is suffering, that we all suffer too. But the best place to start is right here at home. And say yes to what is yours to do about these things. Maybe it is to march. Maybe it is to write. Maybe it is to write new music and songs that heal the world. Maybe it is to keep showing up as the peaceful presence, opening doors for people, being a compassionate soul for everyone that goes through lifing and peopling. This is what I know is happening right here in this room. We are here to not just give love, receive love, but be the love that we are. while we do this inner work. So for this, I am grateful. I am thankful. I include everyone in this room and beyond for you to include the people in your life that are asking for prayer today. You can say your name silently or out loud and include the people that are wanting prayers today. I'll give you time and space to do that. I include myself, Cindy, Ross, Brad, my family, Madeline, my community, the world, every being. Yes, yes, yes. I'm thankful to know that your prayer requests have been received and registered and are in the works right now, in this moment. When we open our eyes and we walk out of this room, we start to see it unfolding. Answered prayer, answered prayer. How does it feel? Feel that now. Does answered prayer feel like freedom? Does answered prayer feel like peace? Does answered prayer feel like pain-free? Does it feel like abundance? Feel that right now, right in this moment. And that's what I am grateful for. To feel the peace, to feel the love, to feel the beauty, to feel the optimism and knowingness that the universe is always on my side, is always on our side. So as I release this prayer into the law, those spiritual laws that we know, that we love, that we study around here, that work 100% of the time, 24/7, 365. So on the human level, we get to just let go and let it be and know that it is done. It is done. It is done now. And together we say, and so it is. Amen. Ashe.